Do you want to have an unbelievable turnout for your open houses? I'm talking 50, 70, 90, 100 plus people waiting down the street to get into your open house? Do you want to make sure when you're making open house calls that you're also filling your database and finding other listings and setting listing appointments? Do you also want to make sure that your sellers truly believe that you're the most fantastic agent on earth because you're having open house extravaganzas with a line of people down the street? All of that can happen when you master my open house call script. I'm going to take you through this today step by step. Now, before we jump into the open house call script, a couple of things you need to think about here. Number one is this works really well when you're using a dialer. If you have a dialer, like a Mojo dialer is what we use, you can use Vulcan 7. It has to have a neighborhood search. If you're not using a dialer, you can still do this. You can also utilize the Kohl's directory, or you can go house by house by just doing a radius of the house and going to truepeoplesearch.com or 411.com and calling the neighborhood. In addition, you can also utilize this script when you're door knocking an open house property. So let's say I have an open house this Saturday at 123 Elm Street. I can take this script, go door to door and go 100 doors left, 100 doors right, or whatever the neighborhood allows, as many as you can possibly do, and use this same script to invite everybody to that open house as well. So a lot of uses here. So let's jump in. Now, before we do this, it's easier if you actually have this script in front of you. So make sure you download our script book at brendanbardick.com. There's a link below in the bio here, or just go to brendanbardick.com. It pops right up to download the script book, but it's a lot easier to have this in front of you. I'm going to read through it here on the screen, but again, if you're watching this video, you're going to be able to listen to it very well, but it's not as easy to see on the screen. So make sure you try to have that in front of you, or just listen to this over and over again. All right, let's jump in. So part one of this script, I'm going to read it verbatim. It starts like this. Hi, I'm looking for Bob. Hi, Bob. This is Brendan with XYZ Real Estate Company. I'm calling because we're hosting an open house this weekend at 123 Elm Street this Saturday from 12 to 3. And I wanted to see if you could stop by to provide me any feedback on the property. So that's pretty simple. So you're just kind of saying, hey, I want to provide feedback. I actually use this in a couple variations. Feedback on the property. I wanted to know if you could stop by and judge this property for me. I don't know what it is about that word judge, but people love it. So play around with it. Feedback on the property, judge the property, come through and tell me everything you think about the property. People love to think that they're a resource and love to judge things and give reviews. So that's what we're inviting them to come do. Okay, so that's part one. Part two, now, when they say, yeah, well, I can, oh, great, you can make it. That's wonderful, wonderful. I also wanted to let you know that I'm supporting, and this is where we're going to insert a charity. We tie every open house that we do to a charitable event, because that's people are going to hang up on you when you're asking them to do something for charity when you're on these phone calls. Number two, it's the right thing to do. And number three, you're going to be helping not only the community, but they're going to know that, hey, Brendan and charity go along with real estate. All of those go together. That's a great thing. I'm supporting the local veterans. We're doing a clothing drive. So if you or anyone you know have anything to donate, you can drop it off at that time, or I'm happy to pick up those items beforehand. Bob, we know this property is going to sell very quickly, and we're anticipating several backup offers. So I wanted to see if you or anyone you know might be interested in selling. So now, charitable event, judge the property, charitable event, and would you know of anybody that's looking to sell, or are you interested in selling? Because we're going to have so much activity, I want to get my finger on the pulse. So now at this point, they could say a number of things. Brendan, no, I don't know of anybody. Okay, I can appreciate that. So no one comes to mind, no one from the school system, church, or the PTA, any of that? No, I'm sorry, I just don't know anybody. Or they'll give you somebody and go, thank you so much, that's wonderful. Still going to go on. Now we're going to go into our check down. Now we have live role play every Thursday, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, where we practice this script, and not only the script, but every script in our script book, every script available out there. We go through all of these techniques to make sure that you're ready when these conversations come. So now we go to the check down. When we're talking about the check down, I want you to think about this. So in this call already, You've asked them to judge the property. And this is all taken about 35 seconds. Judge the property, donate to if you can do anything to help them with the charitable events. Now, you can also do a can drive. I've seen people do things for the Dumb Friends League. So if you have old leashes or old dog things that can be donated, I've seen it all. It all works. It just makes it less threatening of a call. Not that the call is threatening, but it makes it less salesy. Now, we've already done that, and now we've also checked on their status if they're interested in selling or know anyone else that would like to sell. At this point, if they say yes, set the appointment. If they say no, I can appreciate that, and if you were to move, where would you go next? They're gonna say Arizona. If it was the perfect situation, when would that be? Well, they're not gonna say Arizona. They might say nothing, they might say Texas, Albuquerque, whatever. They could say anything under the sun, or they could say, you know what, I'm gonna die in this property. I've heard that plenty of times as well, and I go, okay, that's great. I'm glad you love the home so much. When would that be? So that's exciting. So if they say a year, 6 months, they say, we're going to move to Arizona in 2 years. 2 years? Oh, what's the reason for the move? Well, little Johnny's going to be graduating high school, and so we're going to downsize, and we're just tired of the snow, or wherever you're at. Maybe they're tired of this or tired of that. Whatever the reason is for the move, I take notes, and then I update my database later because I'm just not the greatest typist, but I'm going to be taking notes, and then I'm going to update my database. So now I've got this information. So continue to script and ask about investment properties. If they say we're never moving, we love it here. Now, if they say we're never moving, we love it here, our next check down is going to be great. And Bob, while I've got you on the phone, do you happen to own any investment properties? Any rentals? However you want to say it. Well, no. Oh my gosh, you don't? Oh, wow. Well, one of the things I do is I help my clients build wealth through investing in real estate. I'm actually doing a free investor Zoom webinar. Give yourself 30 days, pick a date, July 16th, whatever. We have one coming up. We try to do one at minimum every month, at the very least every quarter. So that way you have something to talk about. Now you got something to invite them to. I'm doing a free investor webinar. It's only about 30 to 40 minutes. It talks about how you can buy with either little or no money down. We have contractors on there. We have an amazing lender. We've got all kind of people that are going to be able to tell you exactly how to do this process. What's the best email address for me to send you that invitation? Now I just collected some data. Now I've got an invitation, I've got an email address. Now they might say no to this too, and that's totally fine. If they do, hey, okay, we get it, right? But that's another piece of your check down. So now, if they own an investment property and they go, yeah, I actually own an investment property. I own 3, I own 7, I own 10. Oh my gosh, one of the things I do for all of my investors is I'd love to provide you with a free detailed market analysis so you know exactly what that property is worth right now. What's the first address of the property you'd like me to complete that for? Boom, da-da-da-da. Second address, boom, whatever it is. Right, I'm going to provide a free market analysis. So all of that's going to be happening. Now, as we go on, if they're not interested in any of this, they go, I don't have any investment properties. I don't want any investment properties. In fact, I don't care, whatever. They're just cranky or whatever it is. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, I get it. So the last check down I always do no matter what, right, is going to be ending in a free market report. So great. You know what? John, I completely appreciate that, you don't want to invest in real estate. You don't know anybody looking to sell. I bet what you really do like to have is information. All the neighbors in the area love this market report that I send out digitally every quarter, or I can send it to you regular mail. Which way would you prefer that I sent it to you? It's not, can I send it to you? Which way? Regular mail or email? So let me go through this all real quick one more time in full play. Bob answers the phone. Hey, Bob, this is Brendan with XYZ Real Estate Company. I just listed this home at 123 Elm Street, and this weekend I'm doing an open house extravaganza. I'd love for you to come by and judge that property. It's right by the Super Target. You can leave a landmark as you get really good at this call so they know where it's at, or it's right by, Horizon Middle School or whatever it might be. I'd really like you to come back and judge that property. And also, Bob, I'm also doing a clothing drive for the Veterans Association. So if you have any coats that you could drop off that I could put into the right hands of a veteran that could utilize them, I'd love for you to come by and drop that off. Will you be able to make it this Saturday or Sunday from 12 to 3? If they say yes, great. If they say no, great. All right, Bob, I get it. I appreciate it. Well, I'm so glad. I look forward to seeing you there Sunday from 12 to 3. And in addition, Bob, we know that this property is going to sell very fast. We have a lot of people turning out. We're going to have multiple offers, I'm sure. I was calling all the neighbors because I just wanted to see, since we're going to have a lot of backup offers, if you or anyone you know might be interested in selling. No, Brendan, I'm fine. We're staying put for now. Okay. Well, Bob, I get that. Anyone else you think of from the neighborhood, from church, PTA, anything like that? No, I'm sorry, Brendan. No one comes to mind. Hey, Bob, no worries. I appreciate you taking the time to think about it. Bob, let me ask you this, though. Since I do have a lot of buyers for this neighborhood all the time, if you were to move, where would you go next? I think we'd move out to probably California here in about 3 years. 3 years? That's exciting. What's the reason for 3 years? Oh, well, my wife's retiring. Oh my gosh, how fun. That's exciting. She's retiring. Oh, and then you could go on, what did she do? And blah, 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 blah. Build rapport, build rapport, build rapport. Excellent, excellent. Well, Bob, that's great. Obviously, you're about 3 years out. If there's anything I can do to provide you information, let me know. CMAs, anything like that. And Bob, also, one of the things I was going to ask you, do you happen to own any investment properties here? Any rentals, anything like that? No, we don't have any. You don't own any rentals? No worries. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so glad I called you today. I'm actually doing a free investor Zoom webinar. It's going to be in about 3 weeks from now. It's going to be on July 27th. I'd really love to send you an invite to join me for that. It talks all about the investment process, how to buy your first property with little or no money down, what to look for. We're going to have a lender on there, contractors, all these things that you're going to want to know. It's only about 30 to 40 minutes. And again, you don't even have to leave your house. It's a Zoom webinar. I'd love to send you that invite. What's the best email address for you? Okay, Bob at gmail.com. Awesome. Great, Bob. Okay. And Bob, thanks so much. I'm really excited to be able to send that to you. I also put out an amazing market report that I send out every quarter. All the neighbors love it. Lets you know exactly where your property values are. Would you like to receive that by regular mail, or would you like to have that by email as well? Email? All right, Bob, that's great. Okay, no problem. I'll make sure you have all that. I'm going to send you that investor seminar. Hey, Bob, I really hope you make it this Sunday from 12 to 3. I'd really love your feedback on this property. And if there's anything else I can ever do to assist you, please, again, my name's Brendan Bardick with XYZ Real Estate Company. I'm always here to help. Have a great day. Click. That's the script. It becomes very natural, but it's just going through a check down of things. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. And this becomes a lot easier when you have a dialer. So when we talk about script best practices, right? And this is all in our script book, and it's all, every Thursday you can practice with us. When we talk about best practices, first, make sure you have enough numbers to call and enough people in the neighborhood. Now that script I just did, you can also do door knocking. It's exactly the same thing. So knock on the door, go. It's the same exact script. Blah, 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 blah. If they give you their email address, write it down, da, 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 da. You've got your Padfolio binder with you. It works perfectly. So make sure you have the numbers, make sure you have enough numbers to call. Stand up, be excited, right? In our office, we have mirrors, we have all the scripts around us, we have stand-up desks, everything. You've got to keep this energy, and it's fun. Make it fun. If you're going, oh, I have to make this call, you have an opportunity to get people to come to your listing right now, get them excited, make your seller love you and be ecstatic, possibly find more listings, fill your database, all from one script, all from one call. I'm excited. I get pumped just thinking about it because there's so much money in this script. Why don't people do it? Fear. That's the number one cause. Fear. Not enough practice. Ego. I'm too good. I'm too cool. I'm too smart. That's why there's so much opportunity for me and you. So use this script. Practice with our other scripts. Let me know your feedback below, your comments. Tell me your success story after you utilize this script. I get them all the time, which I always love and appreciate. And as always, I wish you great success.